All right. If agents do all of your coding tasks for you, what is left for the human to do? Well, here's my to-do list. And this is a pretty representative sample for my typical workload in maintaining the Vibe Academy website, maintaining the Gemba Flow product harness, and the documentation site that accompanies it. I haven't written a lick of code in many months. I'm one of those people who's completely delegated all of my coding tasks to agents. So this is an example of the work that's left over. On the top there, I spent a bunch of time doing heap profiling for the Vibe Academy website. That's to make sure that the site is performant and doesn't have memory leaks or the pod crashes or any of that. I'm working on benchmarking, a benchmarking harness for the Gemba Flow agents. That's also a non-trivial engineering task that an agent isn't really going to be able to do the way that I want it to be done. The third there was I gave a little demo of Gemba Flow to a business community here in Nashville. So that's a category that's not really technical. It kind of falls more into distribution marketing. This is an interesting one to improve the tone of the Gemba Flow doc site. And that's also something that requires taste and judgment, and that's not something that you would really delegate to an agent. So the common theme here is none of these tasks could be called an undifferentiated programmer task. Most of the tasks that you delegate to agents are undifferentiated programmer tasks, and what that means is anyone could do it. It doesn't need your perspective, your context, your judgment, your priorities, or your values as a human operator. So when you take away all of the undifferentiated programmer tasks, it's this type of stuff that you're left with. And I will say this is way more fun because it's higher order strategic thinking that allows you to zoom out from a specific line of code and think about people. Like what do my customers want? How can I make their lives better? And that's a much different task than just tip-tapping out code. So I will say this is just the stuff that fit on my whiteboard. This is what I can fit into my context window, as it were. But I could fill a dozen whiteboards like this. And the point that I want to make is if you think that there's not going to be work in tech, you're so wrong. The work will be different. It will be higher order strategic. It's going to require your judgment, your perspective, your values as a human being. So yeah, a lot of work is going away, but it's the undifferentiated programmer tasks that should be automated and done at industrial scale.